This begins a video for test section 134096, Georgia ID number 2620. We're on State Route 62C, the Blakely Bypass. That's a mouthful. Just northwest, or northeast I should say, of Blakely, Georgia. Okay, this bypass comes off of State Route 62 and then routes up around the north side of the town, which is where we're on. We're about a mile into the bypass at the most, just around a rather steep curve. We're going in right now in the westbound lane, as you'll see, because we're going to be going right into the sunset. It was selected for sale 2-53, which is in GPS 2, obviously. We have approximately 4.5 inches of asphalt concrete on 6 inches of soil cement base on a clay sand subgrade, which comes quite prominently into view in just a moment up here. There's some that's exposed off on the side. This was open to traffic according to the candidate project sheet in 1985, and so fits into the low traffic category. This is so recently constructed with such little traffic on it out in this rural area in the southwestern corner of the state that we have no distress that's apparent as of yet, including no signs of any reflective cracking of the soil cement up through. The distress survey form in that case is going to be virtually blank except for the project identification number. Okay, I'm going to sweep up to do a panoramic view of the area, just so it'll be recognized in the future. I'm looking perpendicular across the eastbound lane out into some pasture. I move in a clockwise direction. Okay, we may have problems with the sun right in here. It's looking down the test section. As you can see from the time, it's actually 5:39 Eastern Standard Time, not the 6:39 shown, but we're getting pretty close to sundown. And there's the curve that I referred to before when I was describing the location of the section. To the angle of the sun, I'm going to go over to the end of the test section and work my way back this way. I'll be back on in just a second. The characterization of the subgrade is a clay sand, and I've just got a handful of it that was exposed off near Station 1. And as you can see, that seems to be quite appropriate. It's a reddish, a lot of iron in it color, with the fines, as you can see, sticking to my hands. At the end of the test section now, looking back up on it, at the far west end of the test section, again this is in the westbound lane. Obviously, as you can see, we've got only one lane in each direction. I'm not going to try to take a view forward at this time. I'll wait until after I get back to the other end, because looking on the screen, it's simply a blur to look back that way into the sun. You can see that the pavement has already been marked at the 100-foot points, and you can see the marking here at the end of the test section. You can see the permanent monument, which is right at the edge of the lane. We don't have a paved shoulder here, we have a turf shoulder. Looking at the panorama around here, you can see we're in a, I'd say it's around a 5 to 8 foot fill throughout the test section here. Pasture land. Tell you what, I'd describe what it's like out here right now, but I think the viewer of this would be jealous. It's in the low to mid 60s right now, just barely a trace of a breeze.